Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is Tad. Hey Tad, how's it going?
I don't know which I'm more amazed at, that I have a voice or
Yeah.
that I can hear.
Oh, really? You have been at a number of concerts, correct?
But three Pearl Jam concerts since the last time we spoke.
That's what I remember. Yeah. Have they been going well?
Mo
Good shows?
Monday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, they were all amazing shows
Mm-hmm.
that involved me singing at the top of my lungs for 2 hours or so, and ears ringing, etc.
Right.
And no complaints. That's what I signed up for. That's what I wanted. But I'm amazed that at 44, I'm A, still standing. B, well, I guess I'm sitting right now, but I'm managing to hold myself up.
Right.
B, that I actually have a voice, and that C, I can hear you.
Right. Right.
But yeah, no, really phenomenal shows, great set lists. Uh,
So when you do
last
that, when
night
you go to shows kind of back to back, is the sets quite the same, or are they a little different, or
for
what?
Pearl Jam, oh God, yeah. I mean, I've been to. I actually, this is how geeky I am. I wound up building the spreadsheet this week, so I'm even going to pull up the spreadsheet and show it to you.
Sure.
Uh, because this is how nerdy I am. Where is it?
Well, as Tad's looking for
There we
that,
go.
okay,
So here is my spreadsheet
sure.
where I have the shows that I have gone to.
Uh huh.
I've now been to 9 Pearl Jam shows over the last 15 years.
Right.
Um, and in those 9 shows, I have gotten to hear 134 different songs.
Wow.
Uh, the only song that I've heard at every show I've been to
Yep.
is Even Flow.
I could see that.
Alive and Corduroy come in next at 8 times a piece. Uh,
Really.
in fact, Corduroy, the first time I didn't hear it was last night.
Okay.
Uh, I've heard random covers. One of the things that was special about last night, and it wasn't a one-time only thing. They've done it a few times, but Yellow Ledbetter is one of their favorite ways to end an evening.
Yep.
Um, it's a special evening when they kind of tag it with something. The most common tag is McCready will take it into um, Hendrix's version of the Star Spangled Banner.
Sure.
Um, Slightly less common than that is McCready will do some riffs on Little Wing,
Mm-hmm.
which is definitely an influence on Yellow Ledbetter to begin with. Um, so rare that I can only think of, I think, one other time. I think they did this in at the Gorge in Washington in 2004 or five.
Okay.
Um, Not only does McCready play the riff from Little Wing, but Eddie then sings Little Wing. So we got that last night.
Wow.
Um,
That's awesome.
other rarities that I've gotten. This is the advantage of living in Eddie's hometown. We
Right.
get good shows, particularly at Wrigley, which, like for me, Wrigley Field is way up there on favorite places on earth for Eddie Vedder. So we get some really crazy good shows at Wrigley.
Yeah.
Um, so, it's incredibly, incredibly rare for Yellow Ledbetter to be played and not be the last song they play.
True.
But we got that a few years ago
Yeah.
where after playing Yellow Ledbetter, um, they played I've Got a Feeling, which they hadn't played in years.
Huh.
Um, that sort of thing. So I think I've Gotten Release is the second song rather than the first.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know,
Are you keeping notes
unfortunately,
at the show about what songs, or do you get their set list somewhere, or how do you do it?
that they put all the set list. You can go through every set list for every Pearl Jam show ever at Pearl Jam's website.
Really? Okay. I
They have their own database that I use to make
I
my
didn't I
database.
didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
intense.
well, they know their fan base because like I noticed people going to the website during the show,
Uh-huh.
but
To
like
see what songs are
so
coming up.
well, no, not to see what's c coming up, but to like look at other set lists, that sort of thing. But see, you go to tour history, and first you get this big, huge map
Yeah.
that's all the different places that they've played.
Uh-huh.
Um, click on 2024, it's just those. And then if I click on Indianapolis, that
Yeah.
was the first one that I went to. See more details. It'll give you the poster and it'll give you the set list.
Wow.
And you can click on any of those to go to what album they were on, lyrics, all the times they've been played.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really intense work for someone to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So, I mean, and for that matter, that they added the ability to go stream it on
Whatever
various
platform.
services or
Yeah.
purchase it on various platforms.
Yeah.
So, it's a completely interactive.
That's really awesome. That
Well, I mean, particularly because I can't wait because the they put out all of the bootlegs,
Mm-hmm.
and this year they're actually getting them out quickly. So I want to say the show I was at next Monday is scheduled. And here we go. Oh, no, that's the buy now, not the. There's a bootleg schedule somewhere in the news, but I want to say the show that I was at last Monday is scheduled for bootleg release to or yeah, tomorrow.
Wow, they get those pressed fast. Wow.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you could get the CD that fast, but you can digital download
Digital, sure.
will be available, I believe, tomorrow. And I think you can order the CD, and it's just a matter of how long it takes for it to come. Uh,
Wow. Wow,
but
wow, wow.
but
That's
yeah,
great.
so I mean, because I mean, we're nerds. Like I have God, I have more live Pearl Jam on my hard drive
Yeah.
than most people have music.
Yeah. I could see that. A lot of my
I
friends.
could listen I could listen to nonstop live Pearl Jam, different shows, no repeat shows, etc., for more than a month.
Yeah.
And I mean in terms of like by the minute,
Uh-huh.
not like I could listen to a different one every night. No, I could start
You could
playing
just
right
go.
now and it
Yep.
would be more than a month from now before it stopped playing them all.
Yeah. Wow.
Um, because not only do they sell all the bootlegs, as soon as they're not selling them, they allow free trade. And they always allow free trade of audience recordings. So, like, there are very few Pearl Jam shows that you can't track down a
Wow.
recording of.
That's really funny because that's really a jam band um feat.
Well,
You know what I mean? And Pearl Jam is kind of
it,
in that realm, but
I actually argue
mhm.
that what makes Pearl Jam who they are, uh, that was a unintentional pun there since they have the song "Who You Are,"
You're right.
um, is that they are the perfect mix between a hard rock band
Right.
and a jam band.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'd agree. I'd agree with
their
that.
live shows transcend their studio albums, even though their studio albums are good. But then the other thing that they have going for them that almost no band that you think of as a jam band pulls off is they never do a lazy jam. If they don't have the jam, they let it go
Hmm.
and keep going. Their jams are only like fire hot jams.
Yeah. Otherwise, they're not doing it. They're not. They're
Right.
not dragging it out like the Big Woo
You'll
or the.
listen to like a 20-minute version of Truckin' where it's like, dude, you guys should have stopped like
Uh
15 minutes ago.
huh.
Right?
Yep.
If Pearl Jam goes 20 minutes, you barely recognize it's 20 minutes. If Pearl Jam goes 20 minutes when it's over, you're sweating because that's how much you've been, throwing yourself around with the music.
Right.
Um, and as an added bonus, and like this makes me wish I'd been at the Portland show, and this might be the first time I order a Pearl Jam
A
poster. Check
poster.
out. I mean, first, it's a nice looking poster,
For
right?
sure. Yeah. That's
Check
really
out
cool.
who did their Portland poster.
Oh, Becky Cloonan. That's
Becky
awesome.
Cloonan did their Portland poster.
That's great.
So I may
Good for
have
her.
to order this year's Portland poster
That's
just
awesome.
because Becky did it.
Yeah, I just ordered Primus's Sioux Falls poster because I was at that show. Um,
Right.
but I just ordered that, so that'll be coming soon.
And they did I may wind up having to order the the bootleg from the Portland show too, just because once I've got the poster, but also it looked like a really nice show. Portland's like one of their adopted home cities because it's close enough to Seattle.
Yeah.
Um,
Cool. Well,
oh, did they? No, they didn't. It was their first U.S. show. They started in Vancouver this year.
mm,
Vancouver, Canada, not Vancouver, Washington. But yeah, no, they have a nice set list for. Apparently, "Waiting for Stevie" is actually a song that they wrote. This is from the new album. The story that I enjoyed the most was Eddie talked about how apparently they recorded with Stevie Wonder recently, but like it was supposed to be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. At like 3:30, they got a call that he was going to be late. He was running some errands, and then at like 6, they got a call. It's going to be a while. And then at 9, they got a call. He's coming, and he's like Eddie's like, this is when I'm like, he's not showing up, but it's Stevie Wonder, so we're not going anywhere. Stevie comes on Stevie time, right? He's like, but the cool thing is, like, while we're waiting around, we wrote this song that we really like, and that's why we called it "Waiting for Stevie." And apparently, he showed up at 11, and they played until 4. So I am looking forward to whatever came out of that. Um, that was the
wow.
first that I'd heard that it existed.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. So what's going on in?
Pearl Jam always makes me happy.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's going on
So.
in the world this week.
Hey, something government to be happy about. California passed the Freedom to Read Act.
Mm-hmm.
It will go to the desk of Gavin Newsom before it becomes law, but he's expected to sign it. It's designed to prohibit public libraries from banning books based on partisan or political reasons, viewpoint discriminations, or reasons related to gender, sexual identity, religion, or disability, or on the basis that the books contain inclusive or diverse perspectives.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I think Illinois passed a similar law already. I don't know if there are any others yet. So I'm glad that there are some states pushing hard back against the rash of book banning we have going on.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Um,
We talked a little bit off air,
mhm.
but Dark Horse is putting together a color collection of the ElfQuest comics
That's
starting in 2025.
that's great.
Um, be released in 4 volumes, beginning with the ElfQuest, the original Quest Book 1 on February 25th. Um, and then ElfQuest, the original Quest Book 2 on May 20th, and the other 2 volumes before the end of 2025. So we might actually just have to plan ElfQuest for around the releases, have them come out and then read them.
For sure.
Because ElfQuest has been on my radar as something that would be good for a uh,
Great
great
responsibility.
responsibility for a
Yeah.
while.
Sure.
Um, so like
This is a great opportunity.
hardcover color editions coming out over the span of a year seems like a good excuse. And I think it's like the 50th anniversary roughly too.
Yeah.
I want to say it started in 75 or thereabouts. So I
That
have
sounds
not
about
read
right.
all of it.
I
I've
haven't read.
I've read like the first volume.
I've read a little bit,
So
but not
I would
even.
be I would be I would be happy to read more
I'd be a
anyway.
newbie for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited for these editions. The colored editions should be really cool.
And then uh I got to touch on this when Alex Segura was on, and I think he even slipped and said that he had 3 miniseries coming.
Okay.
Um, but I don't think it was official at that point, so it hadn't completely clicked to me that the upcoming Star Wars Battle of Jakku will be 3 miniseries: Insurgency Rising, 4 issues starting in October, followed by Republic Under Siege and Last Stand. So it looks like they're doing a year worth of miniseries work, all from Alex Segura, with Stefano Raphael, Leonard Cook, Jethro Morales, and Luke Ross, um, dealing with that post Jedi, pre Force Awakens
Right.
era.
That's cool.
Uh, and I'm very much looking forward to that.
For sure.
Uh, Alex did some teases. Sounds like there'll be some new characters and a lot of old, well-loved ones. So yeah, as a Star Wars geek, I am. Uh, so yeah, you want to talk some new comic series
Let's do it.
coming out?
Let's do it. We got Black
Here I am.
Canary.
I'm actually going to let you have a Tom King.
You're gonna let me have it, huh? This
Yeah,
is
I'm going to let you have a Tom King.
uh, Black Canary, best of the best. Number one, the match of the millennium. It's Black Canary versus Lady Shiva to determine who is the single greatest hand-to-hand fighter in the universe. Who will walk away with the title? Find out as writer Tom King and Ryan Sook goes.
Artist Ryan Sook,
And
yeah.
artist Ryan Sook goes 6 rounds to see if our hero has what it takes to be the best of the best. Sorry, that was hard to read because it's so small on
Yeah,
my screen. I'm like
yeah,
leaning in.
sorry.
No,
It does look awesome.
yeah, it's pretty
Uh,
cool.
Human Nature. Abrams is getting into single issue comics,
Which is really cool.
which is really cool. Darren Aronofsky, Ari Handel, and Martin Morazzo. Um, from Darren Aronofsky and Ari Handel, the writer, producer, director, team behind the Oscar award-winning Black Swan and Instant Classics, The Fountain and Mother, along with Jeff Welch. So it didn't even give him credit up top. Um, comes a social satire of a bizarre yet fathomable future. Drawn by comic book industry giant Martin Morazzo, Human Nature follows the egomaniacal Nebraska-based chicken magnate Duke. Duke has almost all the world's resources at his disposal. Once a lowly, everyday man, Duke managed to work and intimidate his way into an endless fortune. However, even though he has almost everything, there's one thing even the richest man in the world can't buy: immortality. Or can he? Find out how a wealthy, lonely man tries to scheme his way into beating death and the earth-shattering consequences of his actions.
This
In stores November 20th.
looks really sweet. I like the cover a
It
lot.
does.
Yeah.
Does.
All right, we got a
This is one I would expect you to take, even though it's Eric Schultz, who I love.
Laura Kinney Wolverine. Those that are not familiar, Laura Kinney is Wolverine's clone that was made female. It was this whole long story. But anyway, Wolverine takes the fight to those who stand as enemies of mutant kind. Laura Kinney was bred to be the ultimate assassin as X-23. She's long left that life behind, but as she encounters mutants being forced to use their powers against their will, Wolverine takes it upon herself to right these wrongs, no matter who stands in her way. Dynamic scripter Erica Schultz and rising star artist Giada Belviso brings Wolverine on her first mission abroad in from the ashes era as Laura takes the fight to mutant oppressors wherever they may be.
That'll be in stores December 11th.
In stores December 11th.
Since we were on the topic of Alex Segura, question all along the Watchtower. Who watches the Watchtower? In the wake of absolute power, the Justice League Unlimited has created a haven for all heroes, but can they keep it secure? Enter Renee Montoya, reeling from an abrupt end of her time in Gotham and looking for a place to hang her hat. But the Trinity didn't bring her up to the Watchtower to relax. There's a dark threat bubbling underneath the surface, and only the Question and her ad hoc support team stand chance of figuring out who the problem is before it's too late. Love the Question. I love Renee Montoya as the Question.
Mm-hmm.
I love Alex Segura. I particularly love Alex Segura doing a mystery, which this looks like it will be. So yeah, I am all in on so many levels.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, all in on so many levels.
All right, String. I looked at this one earlier. It looked really cool. Yoon Suk Namgung is a 25-year-old Korean-American woman with a remarkable ability to see two types of strings connecting various people. The first is blue and stretches between sexual partners. The second, dark black, connects murderers and their victims. If you have a murder that needs solving, Yoon can help. Worried if your partner is cheating on you? Yoon can literally see the connection. Yoon's life, for all the drama and constant TMI, is good, at least until the day she notices a string, a black string, connected to herself. This means she'll either soon murder someone or be murdered herself. So, dang, which one? In shops November 13th.
Paul Tobin and Carlos Javier Oliveras at Mad Cave. This looks so good.
It does. Can you imagine having that ability to see those strings?
It would be a kind of cool,
kind of
disturbing ability. Yeah.
You would be, I think, very quickly going, "Oh my God, she slept with him." Very.
Right.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, for the most part, you wouldn't necessarily see where one string started and one string ended.
Oh, you're right. Because they're too
a
far
lot
apart.
of the time. So it might be quantities that bothered you.
Yeah.
You'd be walking by the homeless man and see like 700 sex strings coming out, or walking by the pretty old lady and seeing like 4,000 murder strings coming out.
That would be.
I mean,
yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
You won't feel a thing. Modern comic writing legend Scott Snyder reunites with iconic horror artist Jock to tell the story of an ailing detective's past come back to haunt him. Years ago, Jack Bernard was an accomplished homicide detective, so accomplished that it cost him everything else in his life. Now Jack finds himself alone, trapped in a retirement home with a brain tumor that's slowly sapping his once keen mind of all memories. But when an ice-cold serial killer case from out of his past rears its head, Jack must call on all his remaining memories in order to stop a killer that only he still believes really exists. You Won't Feel a Thing is a sobering murder mystery exploring the anguish of a man whose body and mind have turned against him and the desire to find meaning in one's own life before it unravels. From Distillery, coming November 13th.
Looks great. I love Distillery books. I love that prestige format, I think it's called,
Yeah.
They're just very nice. I've got a brand new bookshelf that I got from my mother where I've put all my graphic novels and my trade paperbacks and my hardcovers on. And so now I've got the Distillery books lined up as well.
There you
and
go.
they look
There you
just
go.
great.
Yeah. Let's talk some original graphic novels.
Yeah, and Suelo, a gorgeous and brutal story that revolts against the notion of violence as the only response to a life without hope. The sea, secretly more complex than anyone imagined, rises one day. The horizon folds as the sea absorbs the world and transforms everything that's been pulled inside it. Three kids find themselves unmoored and lost, but brought together by the physical and mental changes wrought by the tides and a desire to avoid harming any living creature. Hansuelo is the new graphic novel by Eisner Award-winning cartoonist Emma Rios.
Rios.
Yep.
Yeah.
In stores November 6th.
Yep. Looks so good. Retirement Party from Teddy Goldenberg. Teddy Goldenberg returns to the liminal world of city crime comics in his full-length graphic novel. A group of colleagues gather to celebrate Fred's retirement party. The celebration takes a turn as each guest tells increasingly strange stories of menacing duplications. Are they all telling the same story? The book contains the longest dance sequence in comic book history.
I'm
Uploaded
definitely going to
World
pick
Comics,
this up.
December 18th.
Definitely going to pick this up. I love the cover of it. It's got
Yeah.
old school newspaper feel
Yeah.
to it. Speaking of old school newspaper,
Yeah, yeah. More Alex Segura just all over the place today.
I know it. Dick Tracy returns in a new ongoing comic series from Mad Cave. A new area for the iconic detective starts here, from best-selling and acclaimed authors Alex Segura and Michael Morisi, as an all-new noir-infused chapter in the Dick Tracy legacy kicks off with a superstar artist, Geraldo Borges. In the aftermath of World War II, the country stands frozen, waiting for the next shoe to drop. In the city, a brutal murder draws the attention of rising star detective Dick Tracy, who soon discovers the bloodshed is just the beginning of a complicated web that threatens to ensnare everyone he cares about. Blending the classic elements of the Dick Tracy world, including iconic villains, supporting cast, and unforgettable watch radio, with a hard-boiled and realistic take, Dick Tracy Volume 1 kicks off a fresh and modern take on the iconic detective that remains true to its rich history. In stores November 13th.
Yeah, and we should also mention up at the top, Chantel Amy Osman
Yep.
is a creative consultant. Which, if you want to know more on what that means, go back and listen to my conversation with Alex Segura, because they came up with the title because she's a critical part of the team,
Sure.
even if like the words are being written by Alex and Michael.
Sure. Makes sense.
So,
It's
yeah.
nice that they've included her.
Jill and the Killers from Oni Press. I raved about this when it was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Rising stars Olivia Quartero Briggs and Roberta Ingranata present a new kind of game where even murder is much more than it seems. Returning to school after the unsolved disappearance of her mother, teenager Jill Estrada can't wait for things to return to normal, even as her friends become obsessed with Box Killers, a true crime subscription game where each month's unsolved case is custom tailored to the life of its player. There's only one catch. Jill's game seems to be all too real, and when her clues begin to connect the dots to a very real series of disappearances in her hometown, Jill and her friends must conquer their fears and own personal struggles to solve the case. But can they find the killer before one of their own becomes the next victim? Collecting Jill and the Killers volume issues 1 through 4 in shops on November 20th from Oni Press.
Looks cool. I mean, I know you've raved about it. I gotta check it out. I have to get on board.
It was so good. So final order cutoff this week. We've got Exorcism at 1600. #1 from Hannah Rose May and Vanessa Del Rey. Iron Man #1 from Spencer Ackerman and Julius Oda. Murder Kingdom #1 from Fred Van Lente and Chris Panda. Star Wars Ewoks #1 from Steve Orlando and Laura Braga. And Toxic Avenger #1 from Matt Bors and Fred Harper.
I'm looking forward to the
Uh,
Toxic Avenger. That's for sure.
I'm looking forward to all 5 of those a lot.
Murder Kingdom. I am looking forward to.
Yeah, we've already talked about Murder Kingdom
Yep.
with Fred Van Lente and
Yep.
Toxic Avenger with Matt Borsch. Uh, hoping to wrangle Spencer Ackerman again to talk some Iron Man sometime in the near future.
That would be cool.
And Vanessa Del Rey, I love her art. Hannah Rose May, I meant to do this before we started. She read something that I think feel like it was I feel like she there we go. Rogues Gallery is what she wrote
Sure.
that Heather Antos told me to read, and it was so good. So
Cool.
definitely looking forward to that.
Nice.
And a couple crowdfunding items. We talked about Cutthroat Comics Anthology
Mm-hmm.
from Carolina Baumgartner is on Kickstarter through September 13th.
Mm-hmm.
And just started up from Iron Circus, The Perfect Crime Anthology on Backer Kick through September 27th.
It has really been the season of anthologies, hasn't it? I mean, there's 3 that I know that are being put out by, one by EC, another one by. Anyway.
Well, I mean, they're more common for crowdfunding things to begin with.
Uh-huh.
You know, these are like graphic novel size anthologies rather than anthology single issues. But yeah,
Sure.
I love that there is more and more embrace of a good 8-page story.
I agree. I've really been enjoying. I've been buying them all. I've really been enjoying that kind of format. So
let's talk about what was amazing. And your list is great, and we only have one overlap. And my list, honestly, could have been.
So I'm gonna do my
in any order.
I'm gonna do my 1 and 3, and then we'll talk about my second, which is your first. Which is probably
though mine could have been in any order.
Yeah,
I like every time I look at this list, I'm like, is that the order I wanted to be in?
This one is so good. This number 1 for me is Batman Dark Age number 5.
Oh, it was amazing.
Mark Russell is just he's phenomenal.
Mark and Mike are killing it on these books.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm buying it in single issue, but I'm also going to buy the trade. I'm going to give it away as a gift for Christmas.
I did that with Superman Space Age too. I mean, they just, and I think they've got a Wonder Woman 1 planned. So, you know, I'm just, these books are, I mean, what Mark described it as was each one of them is set on one of the Earths that got merged in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah.
Which is why there are a handful of things that are different and lots of things that have
familiarity to them,
Right.
Yeah. But I just love it that it's a fresh take on an old. I mean, everyone knows who Batman is. Everyone knows the old stories, but this is something different, and it's fresh. Yeah. And the artwork is a fresh take on what Batman looks like. I mean,
apparently he looks like Paul Pope.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh man! And then
I mean, has anybody seen Paul Pope and Batman in the same place at the same time?
No, that is.
I mean,
true.
Probably he's been to New York Comic Con.
That's
how many Batmans do you think are walking around at New York Comic Con? Are any of them the real Batman?
I'm skipping my second pick for the moment. But my third pick is William of Newbury, number 4.
So good.
This is
so good.
This is Michael Avon Oeming's masterpiece.
It was brilliant. I loved it.
And I love his other work that he works with other people. But this is.
Well, I love.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I love his whole package. Right? You know, it's like when Jeff Lemire writes and draws something. I love it.
Right.
There's something special.
I loved
about it.
when we talked to him because another one of his great individual works was Mice Templar, right?
Yes.
But when we talked to him, we asked about the anthropomorphic animals. He's like, "No, I don't actually like. I don't know why I always wind up deciding to do my books as anthropomorphic animals. It's not my preferred thing."
I know. I was because it's kind of a, I don't know, tried and true way of writing a
Yeah,
good
no, I mean, I
story.
wondered if it was like the Stan Sakai thing, where it's like,
Yeah. I just got done reading Usagi,
where he seems to feel like, he it's easier to differentiate between the characters, and
Mm-hmm.
therefore, just makes his life easier. And Mike's like, no, no, I don't know how it wound up being like this. It's what came out.
Yeah. And then my second pick is Saga.
It is one of my top three.
Yeah, Saga
I mean,
68.
officially I have it on the top spot, but again, like every time I look at this list, I want to reorder it. So I'm calling them all number one this week.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, Saga continues to be just amazing.
Right. I just
Um,
um yeah, I don't know what else to say. I loved it.
well,
It was
we're in a very human arc
yeah.
where it's less of, I mean, yes, we've got a crazy world, but it's less about that intergalactic civil war or even being fugitives on the run and more about,
Life in the carnival. Is that what they're doing? Carnival
well,
sideshow.
but that's not even, I mean, for Alana, it's life as a single parent of kids that have been through shit.
Yeah.
And for the kids, it's like being through shit and then being, I think they're like preteens right now. That's what
Sure.
they feel like to me.
Yeah.
You know, they feel like they're like somewhere between 11 and 14
Yeah, I
is
could see
what it
that.
feels like.
And the prince is
You
going through
know,
some shit, right? He's becoming a loner.
Squire,
Squire.
Squire
Yeah.
now, remember,
Squire. Yeah.
Squire's definitely going through some shit.
He's becoming a loner
Um,
and
Hazel's trying to like spread her wings metaphorically, um, but not without speed bumps.
mhm.
Uh, yeah,
So,
and you know that there's more tragedy coming.
right. Right.
And you just feel it. This arc is not gonna leave us in a nice place.
No. No.
Uh, please, Brian. Please, Brian. Uh, make a liar out of me.
Be gentle.
But that's not how I feel right now. How I feel right now is this arc is gonna end painfully.
Painfully, for sure. Um your next pick is in my pile, but I haven't got it read yet.
Oh my God. It's a futuristic heist type thing.
Yep.
Um, with the they're like doing a heist on a semi-abandoned prison planet, but
Mhm.
like by semi-abandoned, it's like the people who ran the prison left. They didn't like take the prisoners with them. Um, so you've got this profession, group of professional heisters headed to this, you know, prison mining planet to pull off a heist. And then you've got this group of convicts. And yeah, Brian writes one side, Stephanie writes the other side. It's a flip book.
Mhm.
Daniel Zazej does all of the art. And I'm excited. It's beautiful. It's wonderful storytelling.
When I
Yeah,
get a
this is going to
distillery
be
book,
good.
I have to put it aside for when I really can absorb it. Um,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
like to just, I mean, I do this with all my comic books too, but like with distillery books, especially because of their large format, I really like
Yeah.
to absorb it.
I buy the distillery both um physical and digital.
You do.
Um and I'll read the digital one really, really fast.
Mm,
Like it's one of the first books I'll read.
sure.
but it's always on my list to go back and really spend time with the physical artifact. Um, when I've got the time to really spend with the physical artifact.
Sure. Yeah.
Um,
Because you feel
and
like it's
like
like a. It feels like a.
sitting down with the physical life tomorrow is on my list of things to do.
Because it feels like it's really something. Like when you have a new record, you want to take it out and you want to absorb the lyrics
Yep.
and you want to check
Yep.
out the lyric sheet and you
Yep.
want to.
Yep.
For me, I like to buy the colored vinyl if I could get the special edition vinyl,
Right.
and it's about checking out how well they did the pouring of
Yep.
the vinyl, and all that
Yep.
kind of stuff. Um,
Yep.
that's all part of it
Um,
for me, and I feel the same way with comic books, especially where they put in the extra effort for the
right.
format, and
Right.
it's not just a everyday comic book. It feels like you're buying something premium.
Right.
So,
No, it's like the only reason that I don't have the hardcover of Somna yet
mhm.
is I haven't talked myself out of getting the deluxe hardcover of Somna,
Oh,
even though it's like almost three times as much.
right.
Um,
That's
but
Becky
they do
Cloonan, right?
such yeah, well, it's Becky Cloonan and Tula Lotay.
All right, that's a callback
And
from
they
Becky
just do
earlier.
so many amazing things,
Yeah.
both in the book, but Distillery does, I don't feel like I would likely not get my money's worth out of whatever Distillery added to make it that big $75 whatever
Right.
uh, thing that it is.
Right. I
Um,
think it would be worth it, but
but I spent a lot of money on comics, so I'm not there yet.
I know. I get it. I get it. Yep.
Particularly because I have all three single issues in both physical and digital form. It's not
Right.
like I don't have it to read, you know.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know.
So,
I usually get the nice format stuff as gifts from people, and then I feel
right.
like I've got to get the rest of the series that way. And that happened with Grass Kings. Um, I was in the hospital.
Right.
I had my gallbladder out, and my brother picked up Grass Kings on a whim for me because he thought it looked cool
Right.
because the hardcover had just come out, and
Right.
so I had to get the rest of
Then you
this.
got to have it match on the shelf, man.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it.
What was your last pick?
Uh, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud.
Oh, really? You're embarrassed?
Archie,
Archie.
Archie, The Decision
Yep.
from Tom King and Dan Parent.
Yep.
This was so fucking good, so fucking funny. Um, that no shit, and I'll propose it now rather than I think we need to read Archie for the next couple of weeks.
Okay, I'll go pick it up. I don't have it in my pile.
Um,
Or maybe I'll just download it here.
well, actually, one of the great advantages for you and I about Archie is like so much of their stuff is available day of on Hoopla
Uh-huh.
or day of or near day of on Comixology Unlimited. But the other thing here, um, and what I was really going to wind up suggesting is um, the bonus feature is um, Tom and Dan gave their top 10 Archie picks.
Okay. That would be fun.
So like we have a reading list if we want it,
Mm-hmm.
and some of it will require some work to
To find it.
find it because like we'll have to figure out what it's been reprinted in, etc.
Sure.
Though I've done some of that work. Um, but yeah, I'm now feeling like
A deep
um
dive into Archie.
well, I don't know if even reading all 20 of these would be a deep dive into Archie because there is so much Archie.
Right.
Um, but Tom gives um three different or no, four different modern Archie. Well, no, actually, I guess five. Tom splits his list. He's got five modern Archie picks and five classic Archie picks. And then all of Dan's stuff is, or most of Dan's stuff is 60s and 70s
Okay.
with two from the 2010s. Uh, neither of them have either of my two favorite Archie things that I've already read, which are Archie versus Predator
Mm-hmm.
and um, Chip Zdarsky and Erica Henderson did a Jughead run.
Oh, wow. That would be
Right,
fun.
right. So I kind of feel like September needs to be our Archie month.
Okay. I'm down.
We could figure out what we read going forward, but I kind of feel like September needs to be our Archie month.
Okay. That works for me.
So we'll talk at the end of the episode about how we're going to make it our Archie month.
Sure. So, how are things going in One Piece?
I am through chapter 226.
And
I
I am.
just finished
Yep.
volume um that yeah, so I just finished volume 24.
Okay. And I am. This is funny. I'm right behind you, but you made a comment last week about how I don't finish the arc or the not the arc, but the volume
Right.
when I stop. I didn't even finish the chapter this time. I'm in the middle of 221.
Of the chapter.
I'm in the middle of 221.
No, I get it.
That big beast, right? That
Sometimes it works out that way.
that big beast that gobbled him up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Do.
Yeah. I've been finding it harder to get to One Piece, but when I do,
I mean, we're back at school and we have so much else to read.
mm-hmm.
Um,
But I was gonna say when I do, it seems to be my most like enjoy. I enjoy my other comics. That's not what I'm saying.
yeah.
But
No, I get what you're saying.
I can just like let
It,
go and be
it,
like, I'm just gonna enjoy some Luffy for a minute and see what he's up
right,
to.
right. I totally dig the continued vibe.
Uh huh. You can just
Um,
like jump back into it. It's like an old friend kind of thing,
yeah,
comfortable.
yeah.
Um, and it's just really, yeah. I wish I would have made more progress. I really do, but it
I
is what.
wish I'd started seriously reading it longer ago
Oh yeah, for sure. Me too. I wish that.
because it is that good, you
Hmm.
know.
I would
Uh,
love to own a couple like the first volume of it or something like that. But
right.
there's no way that you could own the whole thing because of its hundreds of
I mean, you
volumes.
could,
But
like, my comic shop has almost every volume in stock right now
they do.
because
Okay.
he just recently expanded his manga, and one of the things he did was order an issue or a copy of every volume of One Piece that he could get his hands on right now.
Sure.
That's the actual biggest problem with the number of volumes that there are. At any given time, there's at least one or two of them that just aren't available.
Right? Yeah.
They're between printings. Uh, so yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So how about Light It, Shoot It? What'd you think?
Well, as an art guy, I really enjoyed the photography aspect of things. Um,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I really found a lot of connection to it. Um, the visuals were really striking. You know what
they
I
are.
mean? Um,
It's got a black and white film feel
yes. Yep.
in terms of the lighting.
Yep. It's
You know, there's
bold.
a
It's really
particular
bold and very expressive, you know.
Well, but there's a particular I recently watched, have you seen The Artist, the silent film that won Best Picture a few years ago?
Yeah.
We recently watched that in a movie watching group that I'm in. And um one of the things that struck me was that the black and white didn't really feel quite right. And I then later discovered that it was filmed in color
Hmm.
and processed to black and white. I'm like, that's what doesn't feel right. Black and white film captures light in a different way
Mm-hmm.
and in a cooler way. And I think that a lot of the lighting in this feels like black and white film lighting to me.
Very much. You know,
Um,
it goes a long way to putting you in that headspace, you know. Um, I
yeah,
like it that it not only explores like the technical aspects of photography, but um, a lot of emotional and
right.
philosophical dimensions to.
And I hadn't even thought of that until you started mentioning it because Light It, Shoot It, I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be more about filmmaking. And sure, you got the filmmaking, but
Yes.
primarily it's about like a firebug kid and a film studio in need of arson for profit and
Yeah. The characters are really
you
well
know
developed and relatable.
yeah, yeah,
Um, their struggles and their journeys add, you know, a lot of depth to the story. And I think
yeah,
Graham Chaffee is equal parts artist and author, doing them equally well. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I I'm gonna like
I don't even know what else Graham Chaffee has done.
I don't either. I looked at this cover when you suggested it and thought I'd heard of it before, but I went, you
Yeah,
know,
we talked about it some when it was coming out.
yeah.
Uh, like ahead of, apparently he's a tattoo artist,
Mm-hmm.
painter, and cartoonist. Oh, he's done I think I've read To Have and to Hold
Okay.
is a book of his set in October 1962 while the world holds its collective breath, awaiting the possible apocalyptic climax of the unfolding Cuba Missile Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
The banality of everyday life goes on, and Lonnie and Kate Ross confront their own domestic Cold War. As Kate, frustrated and disillusioned, looks outside her marriage for satisfaction, Lonnie's justifiable suspicions of his wife's infidelity lead him down a deadly road of increasing, I think that's supposed to be road, of increasing paranoia and violence as he seeks to reclaim what he's lost. Masterfully paced and drawn in Chaffee's fluid, inky brushstrokes, To Have and to Hold captures the pulpy, nocturnal atmosphere of classic noir. I think I read that a while ago.
Sounds interesting. I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah.
Um,
It's another one out from Fantagraphics.
mhm.
Looks like he did one. This one's out of print right now, but one called Good Dog. Returns to comics and uses a simple, charming story about a stray dog to examine larger issues.
Hmm.
That looks cool. So yeah, no, I mean, I'd known his name. Oh, you're a tattoo guy. Let me show
Mhm.
you his website.
Sure. What was the arson bug kid's name? Oh, God, that's cool. Billy Bonnie.
I think so.
Yeah.
Billy the Kid,
Yeah. He never quite fit in. He had a
right?
stutter. Um, he had to count everything. What's that? There's like a name for that.
They even say it in here
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah.
Uh, um, one of the rare times where his brother's actually sticking up for him, but I don't remember right now.
Yeah. Those tattoos look great.
Uh, I guess the only comic that it's showing at his website right now is Good Dog.
Good dog. But still, that cover is really cool.
It is.
Cool. Oh, I like that bulldog.
His art is cool.
Very cool.
Gonna have to explore more Graham Chaffee at some point.
For sure. Um, but yeah, as far as back to Light It, Shoot It, um, who's the studio financing it? The guy, Saul.
I think it's just
Saul.
yeah.
He's such a sleazeball.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the sleazy studio guy.
Yep.
Well, and you got the mob that he's in with.
Yep.
So, you know, as bad as he is, the people he has to report to are even worse.
Mm. Yeah, exactly.
You know, the guy in the three-piece suit is like just when the thing goes up, boom, we collect on the works. You
Yep.
get to finish your movie, win-win. Am I right?
Yep. Jackie Cohen, that's his name. The
Yeah.
mobster. Anyway, it's great. I would
Yeah.
definitely recommend
And
that.
I love the woman,
Kate?
Kate, and the way like she's suddenly feeling like this motherly instinct.
Mm-hmm.
And so like as everything else is going on, she's like, okay, I'm gonna save these kids. Whatever else happens, I'm gonna save these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's an interesting contrast to the
To the life.
insanity going on, particularly because, like, from business side, she's just as business savvy and whatnot. Where she draws the line, though, is no, we're not gonna pin it on the ex-con firebug who
Right.
isn't at fault.
Right.
You know, it's one thing when it's all sleazy people screwing over sleazy people, but
Yeah.
this is a kid, and he's a kid, and like, no,
Yeah.
you know,
She's got more scruples than everybody else does, you know what I mean? And
or at least develop some.
yeah,
I don't know if I'll say that she has them all the way, but she
I agree.
develops them.
Yeah. Yeah. In this crazy world, she's the voice of reason, which is crazy because
Right.
but anyway, I would definitely read this again. Like if somebody was like, um,
Yeah, and
what?
I definitely, I wish that I'd had time to reread it this week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I only read it a couple of weeks ago, but like my brain is fried, so I feel like I'm not doing it the service that it deserves in terms of book clubbing it here.
Right.
Um,
You know
it's
what?
definitely one that would be worth a deeper revisit at some point.
Yeah.
Um,
What
but
what I like is you know I'm gonna say this about it. It's not predictable. I thought it was gonna go one way, and
yeah,
it went somewhere else. And
it,
the collision
a
between
few times,
yeah,
a
and
few times
there's two plots really going on,
at
and
least.
at least yeah, and the collision happens sure, but it's foreshadowed that it doesn't really come as a surprise. I just I loved it. I thought
Yeah,
it
yeah,
it's not a hit you over the face like oh my god I'm so like surprised. It's not like that, but it's also you don't predict the ending.
no,
Um,
it was outstanding,
mm-hmm, for sure.
outstanding. I
And I
mean,
love the cover. Right, it's done in those orangey blues and greens. Actually, a lot of colors in there, but the way it looks, right, it's like an old '70s noir looking cover. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah, yeah. Movie poster cover. It's got a lot in common with like the Reckless covers.
yeah. Yep. Yep. Cool. So let's see here. What are we talking about next? Oh yeah, books. We
I
hope.
think we should do
Think we should do books. We hope
at
will be
least four
spectacular.
Archie, at least four Archie episodes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
We'll talk about what specifically when we get off air.
Sure.
But I think we should do at least four Archie episodes. We should acknowledge that like this whole other comic universe that has stayed alive and has thousands of thousands of thousands of comics in it, and like we haven't touched it all. Maybe we should.
Yeah, and like you kind of brought up earlier, like you can't believe you read an Archie comic, and I'm like, same. I'm like, I haven't read an Archie comic since I was little. Um,
I think previous to this, I had read uh, um, Mark Waid and Fiona Staples' three issues.
okay.
I had read uh, Matthew Rosenberg's Archie versus the Ramones,
Oh, that sounds awesome. I definitely have to
or
read that.
Archie meets the Ramones,
Sure.
and I'd read Archie versus Predator and Archie versus Predator 2.
Okay.
Um, that's it.
Okay.
Um, so you know, uh, I've got. I mean, I think I've like looked at when I was younger. I have some Archie comics. I just never really got into them, and even with some of my other reading, when it got to the old stories, I didn't like them as much. But it was when I was still way more um text oriented
Sure.
with comics than I am now.
Okay.
Um, so it'll be interesting to see how I look at them um with
With different perspective,
a significantly greater appreciation for the visual side of
fresh eyes.
storytelling.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
Cool.
yeah. So why don't we talk
Because you've got a lot of
about
books that you hope will be spectacular. Um,
it was a 9 week, but had to be a 9 week. I mean, I probably could have crammed it into less by cheating and
but why?
and
But why?
putting all of the Christopher Cantwell book. Chris Cantwell has three books
Yeah.
coming out next week.
Right.
Tom King has two books coming out next week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, for that matter, what would have been my 10th is Scarlet from Kelly Thompson. So, I mean, she's got two books coming out next week. Um, Leading off, like number one with a bullet, even
Uh huh.
Cruel Universe number two. So the second sci-fi anthology from uh,
EC. Right.
EC
Yep. And Penguin.
has Christopher Cantwell working with David Lapham,
Mm-hmm.
Chris Condon, Stephanie Phillips, Javier Fernandez, Riley Rossmo, Ben Winters, and Leo Max. I mean, fuck.
Yeah. It's heavily
All in
stacked.
one, all in one issue.
Right.
Um, Animal Pound wraps up from Tom King and Peter Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic Man No More, Chris Cantwell and Alex Lins starts up. Fourth issue of Helen of Windhorn. Eve Ewing is writing an X book, Exceptional X-Men number one,
Yeah.
and it involves Katie Pride, who I adore.
Kitty Pride has
Right.
here's the quick backdrop. Kitty Pride has left the whole Krakoa thing, leaving the
Right.
X-Men behind, and it follows her into her next chapter of her life.
Right. With and Carmen Carnero doing the art. Blood Brothers Mother number two from Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risto. Oh my God, has this book been good? Star Trek number 500 from Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, Chris Cantwell, and just ridiculous group of artists.
Right?
Birds of Prey number 13, Kelly Thompson, Gavin Guidry. Zach Kaplan has another fucking awesome, amazing looking series coming out. Dark Empty Void number one. From him and Chris Sheehan. And then the books that I know are spectacular. I read a advanced copy of Born in the USA, the story of immigration and belonging from Lawrence Goldstone and James Otis Smith. First, second books, their World Citizen series. Duck and Cover number one from Scott Snyder and Raphael Albuquerque. Dark Horse printing his comicsology books. I read an advanced copy of In the Shadow of Stalin, the story of Mr. Jones from Andrea Chalupa and Ivan Rodriguez at Oni Press. Just outstanding work. And another important piece of history to know more about. not just like the Stalin part, but because it's really about a reporter who's trying to report on stuff that was going on at the time,
Right.
but during a time where Stalin was still somewhat our ally. So between Stalin not wanting to put the stuff out or not wanting to allow the stuff out, and there not necessarily being a lot of desire on the part of the US or British governments for the information to be coming out.
Right.
And it deals with the Ukraine as well, because Ukraine and Russia have like a long,
Long history.
messy history.
Yeah.
Um, Minor Arcana #1. I got a ash can of this. Oh my God.
Did you? Okay.
Jeff Lemire. Santos Sisters #7 from Greg and Fake. Just what do I need to say? Santos Sisters.
Yeah.
And this one I've only read because it's a collection of stuff, but they're doing another collection of the Trinity backup stories in Wonder Woman. So anybody who hasn't jumped on Wonder Woman should at least be picking up the Trinity specials to read the backup stories. And I put the wrong artist there. The Tom King, Belen Ortega
Okay.
backup stories about like um young, I can't remember her name. I always forget her name when I'm essentially Wonder Woman's daughter. We're about to find out like the story of how she came to be.
Sure.
But she's generally uh, babysat by the Super Sons, and all Lizzie's her name,
Yeah.
and all hell often breaks loose in the most hilarious of ways. Um, so yeah, anybody who hasn't been reading Wonder Woman should at least be picking up the Trinity specials because those are fucking
Those are awesome.
funny.
Yeah.
So, what are you looking forward to?
Oh man. As an X-Men fanatic and an Ewing fan, e-viewing this time, Exceptional X-Men #1 from e-viewing and Carmen Carnero from Marvel. That one is high on my list. Because again, Kitty Pryde is one of my favorite characters as well, and it's really interesting to see where they're going to take her character next. I mean, the last time we saw her, she was sailing a pirate ship as a marauder, and
Right.
and so we'll see what she's doing now. Minor Arcana looks really cool from Jeff Lemire.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Santos Sisters #7 from Greg and Fake is on my list as well. So that takes us to the end of our episode. And this one's funny
All
because we are recording at night. So now
Yeah.
instead of going, oh, I got to go start my day, now I'm going to go to bed.
You're not even gonna put it up right now?
I'm going to put
Man,
it. I'm going to put
lazy.
it. No, I'm going to put it up.
Okay. Okay.
It'll go
Well,
up.
take us out, and then we'll talk our Archie plan.
Sounds good. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. And we'll catch you guys after the next page. Later. Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22 Panels Podcast.